How not to waste time. You're currently a student or a working professional, and your day just goes by. You have no idea where your time went. You want to focus on something, you want to do something great, you want to work hard, but time just goes by and you aren't sure what's happening to you. So if that's you, in this video I'll be sharing 3 tips that can hopefully help you guys to manage your time better and to not waste your time. So this is something that it's an active struggle for me as well. It's something I think an active struggle for almost everyone on the planet. And no one's perfect in this, is how do you actually manage your time? How do you try not to waste your time? And especially nowadays with tools like Instagram Reels and TikTok and so on, it's super easy to go into like these instant gratification loops that you just get stuck and your time just vanishes. You start early in the day, you have these goals, you want to achieve this and this and this, but then you just don't know where your time went. It's nighttime and you haven't achieved anything. So how do you avoid that? So the first tip I have is to acknowledge your distractions. So say, for example, you're currently a student and you have a pile of assignments that you need to finish. So you have a lot of assignments that are stacking and you need to finish those, but you still aren't getting to that. So you need to acknowledge your distractions, like what's truly distracting you. You need to like take a third person point of view and then like analyze your life. Like imagine there's a secret camera somewhere and then you're watching your life through that camera. So not a first person but a third person view. Like just acknowledge, like think, okay, I tend to waste a lot of time. Like say, like I'm speaking personally of myself, like say I tend to waste a lot of time on like Instagram Reels or like just scrolling through YouTube Shorts. Like that's one mode of distraction for me. For example, for someone like you, another mode would just be just talking with people, like just chatting with people meaninglessly. Like say, like this is something I used to do as well. Like if I used to use Discord a lot in the past 2-3 years, and anytime I would see like any one of my friends, not a friend really, but like someone who I knew, I would just ask them like, hey, how are you? How's it going? What did you do today? They're just meaningless conversations. So maybe that's one mode of distraction for you. So whatever it is, try to acknowledge that. Try to actively, consciously think of your distractions, whether that's scrolling on your phone, whether that's like just doing meaningless stuff. Like just try to think about your distractions. That's the number 1 step on how you can actually eliminate them. The second tip I have for you is to not regret the time that you wasted, because now you're just wasting more time by regretting on the time that you wasted. So for example, and this sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but this sometimes happens with me. It's like you're on this loop of just scrolling through like say Instagram Reels or just Shorts or TikToks, and suddenly like you like something has to break that cycle, that you're locked in that passive state of just scrolling. And like as soon as you break that cycle, you just aren't sure, like, okay, what happened? Like I just went through like 80 TikToks, but like where did my time go? So what you need to do is try not to regret in that instance. Like, okay, you just spent like say the past 40 minutes just scrolling through Instagram. Okay, once you've stopped, try not to regret that. Learn from it, reflect on it, like why did I actually do that? And what, like, did I actually, like, because most of the time you don't even remember the stuff that you're scrolling through. You're just doing through like just as a passive compulsive behavior. So try to understand, okay, I did this, and then move on. Like don't regret the past, just move on. You're just spending more time, you're just wasting more time. The third tip I have for you is to try to actively understand your triggers. Try to understand like what sorts of environment you get put into that leads you to like waste your time, like they scroll on TikTok and so on. So try to eliminate that as much as possible. Maybe for example, just before you start working on an assignment that's super long, you say, okay, maybe I'll spend 5 minutes and then I'll start. Try to actively avoid that. Try to say, okay, I'll do 5 minutes of work and then maybe I'll scroll, and then try to just delay it actively. So just try to implement these things. So those are my quick 3 tips that hopefully can help you guys manage your time a bit better. This is something that I'm like figuring out as well as I go along in my journey as well. And yeah, it's an active struggle for everyone. So make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.